What up? Iran, Australia, Greenland, and US is going to be the topics today. Minnesota, as always. Then we have the newest updates on the Iran uh, revolution. And there's a huge forest fire going on in Australia at the moment. A lot of forest being destroyed and people's life ruined by the fires in Australia. So there's a lot of things going on at the moment. Again, it's like starting to feel like this is going to be the whole year. Like every single day and every single week is the same. But let's start with Iran. So Iran warns US against attack as protest death toll reportedly soars. Tehran issues warning after Donald Trump says all options are on the table amid crackdown on demonstrators. Iran warned the US not to attack over protests that have rocked the country as Donald Trump weighed all options for a response from Washington, with the reported death toll from the demonstrators soaring to the hundreds. More than 500 people have now been killed in the violence surrounding demonstrators, according to the US-based human rights activist news agency HRNA. Including 490 protesters, the group reported that more than 10,600 people were arrested by the Iranian authorities. The regime has not supplied its own figures, and it was not possible to independently verify them. But I saw it from a lot of sources that, like, it's anywhere between 3 and 500 people, like 300 people and 500 people have been killed. And the numbers being detained or arrested is like between 7 and 10,000, around that. So that 10,600 number isn't that far off. I think that's on the like upper end of the scale. In which is in situations like this, it's hard to get credible information because they still have the internet blockage in Iran, so not a lot of information is coming through. Even though like a lot of people are still getting access to internet and providing like videos and such, what's going on. But as of now, like it's not looking good for the protesters, especially because the regime is now cracking down that they want to inflict the death penalty for some or all of the protesters that they have there. The drastic rise in reported death toll came as authorities intensified their crackdown on the protest. Now in their second week, rights groups were struggling to reach contact with Iran due to the complete internet shutdown in the country and warned that the death toll was likely to climb even further. What up, Anja? Not a war guy, but they are killing people. Something should be done. Yeah, this is we're in the crossroads again in this situation. Well, not we, but the US is in the crossroads because we've seen US intervene with Middle Eastern countries when they have their own revolutions and civil wars. So we've seen in the past how that ended, and of course we do know that the US has interest in Iran, and also allies to US have interest to Iran and seeing Iran fall. So there's a lot of groups who are interested in backing up the protesters and the revolution in general. Hi, I'm new to the channel. Welcome to the channel. We go through news almost daily and talk about news and political topics around the world. Sometimes a bit more lighthearted, but for the past, I would say, month or so, all the news have been kind of grim. What up, lovable stoner? Good evening, good evening. How are you doing? Do you think Iran will collapse soon? It might take a while though. I'm not gonna say it's soon. It depends. There are ways that it will collapse sooner, but I think there might be big consequences if it's getting rushed. US is a total shit show. It's hard living here. US is kind of wild. And that's putting it lightly. Like, very cool. Thanks for the follow. I mean, if the revolution in Iran is being rushed by outside sources, mainly the US and Israel, as Iran already told today, they are gonna attack them with all their like capabilities to US military bases and Israel. So we know there's consequences for that. But then again, there's a lot of lives lost in Iran at the moment, especially now that the admins in Iran said that they are condemning people for the death penalty. What was it? Crimes against God or something like that was the sentence that a lot of protesters who are now taken to custody are gonna get. Crimes against God. That's so wild. The brutal crackdown has raised the likelihood of US intervention, with the Trump saying he would rescue protesters if the Iranian government killed them. But weren't their capabilities mostly destroyed months ago by Israel, USA? Very cool. In that case, we have to take US's word for granted. But then again, I wouldn't test them. Have you heard they use some weapon with sound waves when capturing Marura? I read that story yesterday. I tried to find like more sources for that, but I did read that yesterday. Hey Dob Duggar, thanks for the heart and go popular. It's still being reported as only about economy here in Canada. Apparently the security of him started vomiting blood and stuff. Yeah, literally, like I think somebody noticed during the stream yesterday. I was in X and there was news about that. So literally during the stream yesterday, we found that out, and after the stream, I did a bit of like looking, and there has been reports of that. But of course, like, would the US admit that they used anything like that? I don't think they would. Hey, user 8765853227799. Thanks for the follow. I don't think the US would admit that they used that. Yeah, they will never admit, 100%. Trump reiterated his threat to intervene on Saturday night as the protests raged. Iran is looking at freedom, perhaps like never before. Oh, okay. The USA stands ready to help, the US president said on the Truth Social platform. The Wall Street Journal reported that Trump was to be briefed by his team on Tuesday on options including military strikes using secret cyber weapons, widening sanctions, and providing online help to anti-government sources. Iranian officials bristled at the prospect of a US strike, with the Speaker of Parliament warning that Israel and US interest in the Middle East would be legitimate targets if Washington struck Iran. And we have to remember, like, even if they destroyed military facilities in Iranian territories, they don't have military facilities only in Iran. They have military facilities in other countries as well. Well, that would be a strange situation to test new weapon tech. I mean, that would be the perfect time to test new weapons tech, when you kind of go in Venezuela without any authorization from Congress. So you can't technically test anything you want to. You popped after a long time to my For You page. Last time I saw you try things you were allergic. Oh, it's been a while. I still try new things. I just don't film them. The amount of things I haven't tested is like getting lower and lower. So there's not that many things anymore. And I have found quite a lot of like favorite things. For example, like cashew nuts. I eat them almost daily. Like one of the best things ever. I'm so happy that I can actually eat them. Predictions, is US going in? 100%. Like, I don't think that's even a question. Like, of course, we want to hope that they don't go into another war, because, like, there's a lot of issues in the United States itself that they should, like, you know, tackle. But however you can deflect the upcoming midterms, I guess, you know. It's easier to win the midterms if you spread the people's focus on multiple different things at the same time. Hey, lovable Stoner, thank you for the heart. It is easier to win the midterms if the people aren't focusing on things happening inside the United States, because your government is everywhere, taking over Cuba, Venezuela, Greenland, in war in Iran, attacked Syria yesterday. Like, there's so many things going on. And then, of course, we have the ICE tomfuckery going on in the US as well. So, and still no Epstein files. Still no fucking Epstein files. This is getting ridiculous. The DOJ assigned like more personnel to investigate the state of Minnesota. They should have assigned more personnel to make sure the Epstein files are on schedule. To be fair, just my opinion. They're already due date. In the event of an attack on Iran, both the occupied territory and all American military centers based and ships in the region will be our legitimate targets, Mohammed Baghdad Khalibaf said. I'm interested in global opinions on American government right now. Which part of the, like, what part are we talking about? Like, if we're talking about, for example, the ICE situation that's happening, we're gonna get into that later today. If we're talking about the imperialistic goals that the current government has, well, we have a statement dedicated to Greenland situation, and of course, anyone who read the news today, if you didn't read the news, Trump is joking that Rubio should be the president of Cuba, and they are putting Cuba in a complete blockade, that they are literally, well, extorting Cuba, that they need to make a deal with the USA or they will die. I like your strong leadership, except the Greenland situation and weak Ukraine support. For a number of years, I've been saying the world is realigning. For a number of years, stern statements made by politicians could only go so long before the need to stand behind those words would. Yeah. As a pacifist, as a person who values human life quite a lot, I am quite disgusted that we have gone back to that, like, forcefully getting your way, instead of like using diplomacy and fucking human decency, you know. But that's like, it was kind of like, I saw the same thing as well. It's definitely been spiraling lately. Oh yeah, more and more lately, 100%. The protest movement in Iran is the most significant unrest the country has experienced in years. Though triggered initially by a sudden slide in the country's currency, protests soon demanded political reform and called the downfall of the government. Iran's regime has weathered mass protest movements before, but analysts say the current unrest is happening because the government has been weakened by an economic crisis, and it's in the aftermath of its summer war with Israel. Iranian authorities arrest key members of the protest movement, the national police chief said. Last night, significant arrests were made of the main elements in the riots, who, God willing, will be punished after going through legal procedures, the police chief Ahmad Reza Radan told state TV on Sunday. Iran's attorney general had said earlier that those who were caught protesting or even helping protesters could be charged with an enemy of God, which is punished with the death penalty. I didn't say I'm a fan. It's reality. I'm all history. In all history. Yeah. Hey, lovable Stoner, thanks for the thunder hammers. U.S. senators echo Trump's call with Senator Lindsey Graham. Oh my fucking god, Lindsey Graham is one of the worst warmongers ever, saying on social media that Iranians' long nightmare is soon coming to a close. Didn't Lindsey Graham also said that Trump is gonna kill every single one who kills the protesters? Israeli officials said that they were on high alert for any US intervention in Iran, with Israeli media reporting that they are remaining silent on the issue to avoid allowing Iranian authorities to cast the protest movement as foreign-backed. Authorities cut off the internet access in the country on Thursday, imposing a nearly impenetrable nationwide blackout. Human rights groups said Iranian authorities have used the cover of the internet shutdown to expand their crackdown against protesters using deadly force and live ammunition to disperse demonstrators. Is this a new live event? I think this is, yeah. I might have to get involved. Be worst. What? Foreign trying to judge American values. Foreigner trying to judge American values. Yeah. 100%. I mean, the values are the same around the world, like law enforcement officers and federal agents in any fucking Western country should protect the civilians and the citizens of the country. That's it. No judging, but also a country's actions affect us all. Oh yeah. I mean, they do. White woke people thinking they know anything about Iran. You do know that books have existed for thousands of years, and we now have the internet, and I went to school, and in our schools in Finland we are taught about other countries' histories as well. For example, Iran was one of them. Crap is really hitting the fan. Unfortunately, it kind of looks like it, that it is hitting the fan. What is going on with Trump? He wants his special forces to invade Greenland now. Yeah. Dante G, thanks for the follow. And 23 years, Chetjiana, thanks for the follow. I mean, and John 1420, thanks for the follow. There was, I read news about like Trump's top officials, like army officials, saying that they wouldn't abide that order if Trump ever gave that order, because Greenland hasn't had the same issue that Venezuela had. They have literally no fucking way that they can bypass Congress this time. Finland and Norway have to pay to keep citizens there. They want to leave. What? That must be, Johnny, one of the stupidest fucking things I've ever read. Finland and Norway have to pay to keep citizens there. They want to leave. What the hell? What did I read? That is based in nothing. Good. Thanks for the follow. He's after Cuba too. Oh yeah. Like Trump literally shared on Truth Social that he wants Marco Rubio to be the president of Cuba, and he put a blockade around Cuba. Source, trust me, bro. I mean, that has to come from a person who doesn't know anything about the Nordic countries. Like, I Gorsi, thanks for the follow. As a Finn, I'm Finnish, for those who don't know. I live in Ireland. But, like, Finnish people don't want to leave the country. Unless, for example, me and my wife got really good offer to work in Ireland. And Norwegian and Danish and Swedish are the same. Trump is going to start things that don't need to be started. Like the Greenland thing doesn't really make sense. USA already has military bases around Greenland. But if you listened what Trump said 2 days ago, I don't know how many of you watched the meeting with the oil CEOs, the oil company, private oil company CEOs that he had in White House. Trump said that it's not enough to have bases in Greenland because they don't want to protect it. But if they own it, then they want to protect it. If everybody across the planet comes together as family, we will not need governments. Oh, I fucking love that idea. Best country in the world, even with all flaws, but USA produce good music movies. He said if you own it, you take better... Yeah. If you own it, you take better care of it. 100%. Mikko Hyppönen. Who the fuck is Mikko Hyppönen? So that's the reason why, like, it doesn't make sense that they go there because they already have military bases in Greenland and they're already, like, under protection both from Denmark. It's a NATO area. It's a NATO territory. Never gonna happen. Fantasy to think the world, people of the world will unite. Sorry. I mean, it will happen eventually if we go to nuclear war. And if people survive that. But it belongs to Trump. Not anymore. What? Trump is just showing the power of money. It feels that the power of a country. Yeah, it's strange. Why not just ask if they can bring in more soldiers and all? 100% said that US will attack Iran. Let's see what you think about... 100% said that US will attack Iran. I mean, I have to say that it is kind of looking like US is attacking Iran. Oil reserves. Oh, let's put biggest. Iran does have... This is 2023 statistics. Do we have newer ones? What's the one that I used? I think it was this one. This was like 2025. I'm gonna find this somewhere else. But yeah, I don't want to say that it's about oil, but unfortunately it kind of looks like it's about oil. Well, this is 2023 statistics, so let's use this one. It's not that off. So, Venezuela, everybody knows that Venezuela has the biggest oil reserve in the world. Doesn't surprise anyone that the first thing after you kidnap the dictator of Venezuela, you make sure that your private oil companies are going there and taking the oil. Iran has the third largest oil reserve in the world. I'm just saying. I'm just saying that there's a theme here. Not saying that's the reason, but my fucking god. You look like you read. I mean, I try to. Like, if I don't have my glasses on, I don't read. Because I can't fucking see. Well, I can't see far, but near it's gonna be kind of hard. But I do need my glasses for reading things far as well. But I do like to read and learn of things happening around the world. Quite a lot. I've had that fascination for a long time. Russians and Scandinavian people can stand the cold better. Do you really think Afro-American... What? What does that have to do with anything? I'm not Scandinavian, I'm Finnish. Finns are Scandinavian. So Iran, it's a revolution, but in Minneapolis it's protest. Nah, bro. Ain't going to be no revolution. No oil company in interest in Venezuela oil. Yeah, they all come... Well, I think I read that one Exxon CEO said it's not like profitable to go there at the moment. Moromoski, what's Trump got in mind in Europe next, and more so the UK, as he's not a fan of Keir Starmer. You're all right, Alisa. Hey, thanks, John. Try to be. Finno-Scandia. Finno-Scandia. Don't ever call any Finnish person Scandinavic. There, they will correct you instantly. And even I did that. Sorry about that. But even I did that. My grandmother is from Oulu. Oh, I think you meant Oulu, and not Oulu. Just saying just saying hi to my lovely wife. Calling me your wife? Why is Finland not a part of Scandinavia? Because it's a part of. Don't want to make that mistake. What we're discussing? We're discussing Iran at the moment. That's actually a good question. Why aren't we? I think it's like Scandinavia was formed before Finland was a country, right? That's actually a really fucking popular question, apparently. Ah, it's about language. Ah, fuck it. Should have known that. It's about language. 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 No, I have you on the big TV. Oh. Hi, wife. Absolute cinema. Have you heard about the new Trump plans for Greenland? Oh, yeah, I have. Oh, yeah, I have. Lucky for everyone, like, Congress is reminding military personnel that if Congress doesn't give approval, no military operation is approved, and that would be an illegal order, which they have the right to refuse, and they should refuse that. You're right, man. You're right. Denmark, Norway, Sweden, Scandinavia. Yeah, Finland is like North Asia. That's not. The protest is mostly about inflation, and some parts of it is hijacked by regime change, folks. We are really do have to know how to communicate with each other, which is very important. Yeah, I think communication, like, throughout the years have gone like so bad that it's so polarized and divisive. Like, even I got suckered in way like years ago to that I was demonizing the other side all the time, and then I understood that myself, that hey, that's not a proper way of looking at it. Like, if we really want to like coexist and like make things change, instead of like demonizing the other side, we kind of need to like work together to find the common ground, and through that create something better. You know, Mac, thanks for the follow. Internet has brought out too much misinformation. Yes. Yes. Anonymity in internet and anonymous, like, it's really easy for countries to create those bot farms, as we've seen throughout the years, to influence the narrative of certain things. Let Iranian people do what they feel is necessary. They seem to know what they want at the moment. I don't. That's why I don't hope that US intervenes. But unfortunately, because I'll show the TikTok as well. But as we can see, there might be a bit of a reason why Trump wants to join Iran, and it's that Iran has the third largest oil reserves. Not saying again that that's the reason. Not saying again that's the reason, but they did that to Venezuela already. Mad Dog, thanks for the follow. And Venezuela did have the largest oil reserve. And also, they went there for the oil. Not for Maduro. Well, they went there for Maduro because Maduro didn't want to provide the oil to the US. So they just needed to yank him out. So now they have access to the oil. Hey, KCDI, thanks for the follow. Oil is just one, but that's usually the major one. That's the one, like, you Finns fought all along war with Russia, had a good sniper in World War II. That is true. Also, USA having a full-on assault on BRICS. Yeah, the oil is a small percentage of what's really happening. I mean, it is an important thing. There's a lot of, well, because Trump wants to get rid of the renewable energy in the US. So they kind of need to double down on oil. My friend haven't talked to me from last 2 days. She was protesting against dictator Khomeini. I hope your friend is doing fine and well. Like, I remember like one of my friends was in the middle of us playing online game. He lived in Kiev and he needed to go to the bomb shelter. I remember that 5-day period of time that I didn't hear from my friend. Like literally in the middle of the game, I heard the sirens go, and then all of a sudden the voice chat went off, and I didn't hear from him for 5 days. And lucky, like once I heard that everything is okay, that was one of the best feelings ever. But Venezuela isn't that big of a drug part of the whole drug industry in the Caribbeans. I think Venezuela was just as much as a show of force against the Chinese and Russian system. Oil is important, but I don't think it was. Yeah, I mean, it probably isn't the only reason, but I think it's also because Trump kind of wants to do that imperialistic, like the empire of the United States. As he's stated many times, he wants to surround himself with people who have US interests, and he wants to decide who they do business with. US wants to control who his neighboring countries are doing business with. Free Palestine, yes. And he said that many times. Good old-fashioned imperialism. He said he wanted to have enemies as neighbors. But none of those, I mean, he already has an enemy. Like, he said that he doesn't want to have Russia or China as a neighbor. And anyone who has a map, I urge you to take that map now and check that you can literally, it's 3 miles to the border of Russia from Alaska. If you were talking about the mainland, it's 50 miles about. So they already have Russia as their neighbor. But they just want to dictate who their neighbors do business with whom. Hey, Michael, thanks for the follow. I want the whole world to be free of world government as one big family. That's the utopia that I want to live as well. That's the reality that Russia is close to Alaska. Russia is literally like, if you take a motorboat, it's not it won't take you long. And if we're talking about the island between Russia and US, that's 3 miles from the coast of Alaska. So you can take a rowboat and row yourself to the border of Russia. China buying oil in yuan or local currencies is a direct assault on the dollar. That is a really good point there. And we've seen anyone, like, I presume there's a few people in the chat who is at least the same age as me or even older than me. So you might remember what Saddam did before the US decided to go there on bullshit reasons. You might remember what Libya and Syria did as well, which was they changed the currency they were doing business with. Again, might be just a coincidence, but you know, I think there's a saying that one times it's a coincidence. Yeah, Saddam refused the IMF loans as well. Oh, I've been backpacking around the world for 30 years. No utopia existed or ever will exist. Do you think US will actually go into Greenland? Will NATO stand up by US? BB, thanks for the follow. I hope the generals that already pushed back on Trump's eagerness to send a military invasion in Greenland, the military top officials already said that they can't do that because that's against the law, according to sources. So that's a good sign that at least the generals are abiding the law. And also, if Trump wants to take Greenland by military, now they need to go to Congress. And this is going to be a bipartisan decline on that. As soon as a critical mass does oil trade in other currencies, that $30 trillion debt comes home. They are able to print cost, they export the inflation through the petrodollar. This kind of things happened before in Iran. Oh yeah, this is not Iran's first rodeo. 100% it's not. You look at the analysis of Scott Ritter and Douglas McGregor as well. At this point, I can imagine anything. I think it was worse in 2021, 2022. See, I keep telling you it's about the economics. FDM, you are correct. Utopia will never exist until the second coming. Cambodia, India, Nepal. Oh, those are the places you visited. I was just reading over 500 people have died in like 4 days. Yes. And that number might be even higher because like there's not that much ice in Iran at the moment because of the internet blackout that they have. So it's really hard to get accurate information, but those are estimates that it's around 500 people dead. And that's a lot of death. It's very embellished, pretty much all lies. What is? It's a slaughter over there. It's still a war with China. They just want to cut cheap oil to China. But I mean they're like this is the part that kind of grinds me the wrong way. Like, if a country wants to do business with, let's say, China and Russia, if they want to do business with China and Russia, I mean, they're a sovereign country, they're a sovereign nation, they can do business with those if they want to. Unless you, of course, like, are a part of a union like the European Union, then you have to, like, then you have those collective decisions. But if you're Venezuela, for example, the US owns the Western Hemisphere. No. US is a part of the Western Hemisphere, yes. We should all collectively, all countries, regardless policies, say, thus should stop and remove them. If it all kicks off, do you need to return Finland to serve? We were actually having a discussion about that, and technically, I need to at some point if they run out of reserve, but I wouldn't be in the first patch though. Happy to be here, Alicia. Happy to have you here, Rich Uni. I'm not sure Trump will invade Greenland, but I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure he's gonna try it. Cambodia changed my heart, so many reasons. Cambodia would be an interesting place to visit. They have a lot of history, and they have had a lot of uprising conflicts there. So meeting those people would be like something that you would get wider world perspective when you talk to people who have been in conflicts. A lot of conflicts. Hey, Marisela, thanks for the follow. Hey, Red Juni, thanks for the rose. Unfortunately, we live in a world in which the brutal dictators rule the most part of the world. They will buy it. I mean, Greenland isn't going to sell it, though. I pray to God that we all communicate enough to around the world to fix things and become a family. As long as there is greed, there will be no peace. I'll say it, like, as long as there is greed, there will never be peace. There is always going to be that one person in power whose greed is greater than others, and he will fuck it up for all. They will buy Greenland and make the inhabitants phenomenally wealthy. Fuck no. I mean, they're not gonna, like, Greenland isn't for sale, though. Took me a moment to even understand what she meant. Man, you nailed that on the head. Trump said that he's gonna pay for every Greenland citizen up to 100,000. Israeli propaganda maxing out again. Would you sell your country for 100,000? Just a question. No, somebody said in TikTok chat. I was just reading the comment. I didn't say he said that. I also heard that's propaganda. But would you sell your country for 100,000? And you think that taking it by force would be justified? Taking it by force would actually break the law if the Congress doesn't approve it. I think the US can afford that. Well, it's 50,000. What's the population of Greenland? 50,000, right? I think it's around 50,000. No, it's not much. Yeah, 56, no, 56 to 58. So let's take the middle, 57,000. We can't even afford healthcare for its people. I mean, at the moment they do. I don't think like it kind of depends if the GOP can stand with reason this time. What the hell did I miss? US social media geared at men is just a mix of porn, propaganda, red pill, and AI. Sounds right. GOP government of Putin. Group of yeah, government of Putin. That came from Twitch. That's fucking hilarious. I'm a nationalist from the north of Ireland, and I can tell you, people sell out their country at the drop of a hat. I mean, if you guys, you know me, like I think I said it yesterday that wherever I live, that's my home. So I could do that because like I would just move into the next country and that would be my home then. So if somebody offered me 100,000, no, 100,000 is a bit less. I would bump that number to like, let's say 10 million. Offer me a 10 million, I will sell it. I'd sell I'd sell Slovakia for 100,000. Ja otit sitten Suomessa. I'm not in Finland. You don't even have a real name. What the fuck? I have more kids than Somali daycare, just saying. I mean, they did have kids though. Isn't Russia claiming part of northern Canada as there's the Northwest Passage is in play too? I have to say that all of this shittery that's going on around the world has proven one thing, that we always thought that Putin is kind of warmongering and horrible, but Trump said to Putin, "Hold my beer." So we're kind of lucky that Trump isn't leading Russia, like officially. I'd sell Stockholm for I'd sell Stockholm for 10 euros. Nobody's willing to die for the EU. But the real problem is nobody owns the earth. That is true. Airamin termos, no kyllä olet. No. I'm Finnish, but I do have Finnish stuff. Oh my fucking god. I have Marimekko bags as well, and like I have Airamin termosmuki, yeah. I'm Finnish, but I don't live in Finland, you fucking dumb fuck. Listen to me. Lakkupipo. Like, oh, I have a box of Merkkaris as well because I got sent. My mother-in-law sent those to me. Are you still a man, bro? I mean, I've always been a man, so. We are only caretakers until we die, then it goes to who has it next. Heard it out that way the other day. India's being traded for a bucket of cow dung. Come on. There are cultures where ownership also includes responsibility to take, protect, and maintain. Hello, why our leaders are praying for Iranians to free themselves from evil, yet embracing them here? Bro, be hard, man. What the hell is this? What the fuck? Les are like, what do you want? Like, what is your issue? What's your issue here? Let's change the topic to Greenland then, because we want to talk about Greenland. Like, it's people like Lizard that comes to the chat, and the first thing they say, "Are you still a man, bro?" And they write "bro" completely wrong. They write it like PRO, like a professional. Are you still a man, professional? Pro, as in professional, be a hard man with what is this? They don't even know how to spell. It's bro. It's fucking bro. Greenland is about the minerals and also like expanding the United States. It's about the minerals and also expanding the territory of the United States. All because of this marvelous hair. Yeah. Hey, in all for the collapse of the imperial NATO bloc, and if taking Greenland make it happens fast, what? They're begging for the states to come over. Nobody's begging that. Why not just make trade deals for the deuterium? The party told you to reject the evidence of your eyes and ears. This was their final, most essential command. George Orwell, 1984. This is MAGA, and they don't even realize that. It's also about the Arctic trade routes, probably, because the ironic thing is because of climate change, the ice is melting from the North Pole, so there's new roads coming there. The United States isn't taking care of the citizens we already have. Embarrassing. Isn't it ironic that they were finding more truth with each other than the media? I mean, it's kind of hilarious. Yeah, like exactly like Hillary Rose said that. They already have issues handling the 340 million people that live inside the continental United States. And now they want to expand their territories. Trump wants to be remembered as the best president ever. I'm 100% sure. I'm 100% sure that Trump is going to be remembered. Yeah. I think everybody in the chat is going to be... Nick Shirley is in Greenland right now. If anybody's believe anything that Nick Shirley is saying, like, without any checking himself, like, I've seen Nick Shirley's reporting from Ukraine. I saw Nick Shirley's reporting from Greenland. And I've also seen proper Greenland people, like individuals, do their own reporting, not outside who have an agenda, like Nick Shirley has an agenda. Nick Shirley is 100% a plant. 100% a fucking plant. I saw a map showing all the West taken by the US North and South technocratic world map. Kiitos Livas, thanks BB. Word, why do people feel like Trump has free will? He's just a puppet. I mean, we saw it with the Venezuela thing, like, he kind of accidentally spouted out the thing that he shouldn't have said, which is like he talked to the oil CEOs before he went to Venezuela and after. I don't think anything is going to happen in Greenland. It's all nonsense to confuse Putin. Trump wants to be infamous at any cost. Try doing your own research stuff, guy. Debate me. Oh my god. Yeah, zero interest in that. What was a lie? He didn't speak with any of the oil execs. Well, Trump said that. That's what Trump said. CC. That was what Trump said. Of course, the oil execs said that they didn't talk to, but that is what Trump said. If people are pointing fingers at Trump, they're not pointing at the banks. No, the banks are fucking horrible. It's not accidentally America has gone full on naked imperialism, no more sloganeering about democracy. What do you think NATO will do? I think NATO is gonna be no more. I think this is if Trump takes Greenland by force, that's the end of NATO. Patricia, thanks for the follow. He also spoke with Netanyahu at the time. Mandelson was interviewed saying, "We know Trump will take it. We supported the wrong side after September 1st. NATO means literally US. They don't gonna do anything. They won't." He also said he plans to shut down our government again by the end of the month. Not a surprise. What do you think the Danes will do? I mean, I think they're gonna try their best to follow the diplomatic route, because at the end of the day, US is a NATO ally. And it would be wild if a NATO ally just steals your territory or either invade your territory. It's an interconnected border system. No NATO, no endless wars. NATO is an imperialist mafia club. Anywhere, let it be no more. We won't say yes to be a part of the US, never. I hate the tough guy line. Oh yeah, the one that said all the aid money goes to luxury cars. And do you think NATO members will avoid the USA in everything? I don't think NATO is going to exist without, like, if the US decides to go to Greenland. Come on, Danes, you're Viking people, protect your land. In many ways agreed, but the other imperialists must be revolted against it in unison. The House of Representatives on January 8th passed a funding package to prevent another government shutdown by the end of January, so no shutdown coming. Thanks, Jutta. So that's the latest. France want to get out from NATO, so the post-World War II rulebook has been burned. Oh yeah, like many times over. So is the Constitution. The Constitution has also been burned. Many times over. Alisa, you're from Denmark? No, but I'm from Finland. Quite close. Not from Denmark, but I could literally take a boat to Denmark if I want to. But I live in Ireland though, so it's a bit longer distance now. The other strong NATO, Turkey, will not care about Greenland. Yeah, well, Turkey is so far away, so Turkey doesn't really give a fuck. Besides NATO, as we have a Nordic defense pact with Norway and Denmark. Oh no, Mac. You have a Nordic defense pact with Norway, Denmark, and Finland. It's also including Finland. Don't forget us. Every country should get out NATO. I don't think so. In the 70s and the rest followed. I believe Denmark and Europe will give Greenland to the US. I don't think they're going to give it. Cheers to Finland and hello from Croatia. What up, Croatia? I just gave a huge shout out to people yesterday about Croatia. Croatia is a hidden gem in Europe if you want to travel to a country and have a really good time and see a lot of cool places. Croatia is a really nice place to visit. Hidden gem. Ashley Joe, thanks for the follow. First Greenland, second Britain, third Finland. What? Betes, what the fuck are you doing? Other than spamming countries here. Maybe the real question is, would Greenland rather be protected by the US or China or Russia? I mean, China and Russia aren't really a threat. Even the Greenland government is saying that. Because, again, the United States has military bases already fucking surrounding Greenland. And Greenland, of course, being a part of Denmark, is a NATO territory. So it is protected already. My wife is Croatia. She misses Yugoslavia every day. How are you, Jesus? I'm doing fine. What's how are you doing? There's other reasons why we want Greenland. I mean, money. Flick Crow, thanks for the follow. And also the trade routes. Thank you for your nice words. No worries. What do you think about Trump's idea? Taking it by force. European countries could destroy the US in literally seconds by selling US sovereign bonds. That would be hilarious. Off my jolly nut. Oh my fucking god, what a username. Thanks for the follow. Odin won't protect you, protect yourself. Yeah, we don't like you. Nap off. Everything is possible when there is greedy man. What's wrong with her? What's wrong with who? What? So Greenland is going to fight for it, right? It is wild that we have this conversation now. Why US thinks they saved France in World War One? Are you saying US thinks or are you saying Trump thinks? That's quite different thing. If you're saying the US thinks that they saved World War One, that's a broad statement. But if you narrow it down to Trump, I don't remember if Trump said that, but oh yeah, Mac, I love that. Mac reminded one of the best things. Funniest was his argument about Denmark having no claim to Greenland because they went there on a boat, like Trump said 500 years ago, but it was like in the early 1700s. So if we use the same logic there, that was kind of a self-own, to be fair. If Trump is using that to make an argument that Denmark doesn't have a claim in Greenland, you know what other country wouldn't have a claim to themselves? Yep. Let the citizens decide. Also, I love you. Thanks. Love from Britain. Greenland subject pulling the views in. Okay. Well, that is a good topic because, like, it is stupid that we have a conversation. Greenland is already a part of NATO. It's a NATO territory. It has US military bases. There is no risk of China and Russia taking Greenland. They wouldn't risk that. Wild people they are planting on TikTok to spread propaganda. What the fuck are you talking about, Elsmus? What the fuck, creep show? Nice. If it was for USA, all of Europe would be speaking German. How are you, sir? I'm doing fine, Nico. Greenland is protected by Denmark, and Denmark is a NATO country. The same claim all through history. It, in the end, might is right, like it or not. I don't like it. Donald Trump moving mad, bro. Trying to cook your country, that's so big. What the fuck? Like, I think the bot army found us. Oh, Suomalainen, yeah. Sorry, I'm catching up to the... How are you, sir? I'm doing fine. It wasn't for France, USA wouldn't exist. He's embarrassing. I want to kiss the Irish Zionist. If we use the same logic, UK should claim USA 100%, Viking power, like when Russia invades Ukraine. That doesn't happen. There's more people in Wisconsin than in Denmark and Greenland combined. Was there a question or argument there? Jesus, I don't want to go to Dublin to work tomorrow. There has to be a form of power to control a country. If there's a referendum and the people in Greenland wants to get rid of Denmark, that's okay. And Denmark has said the same thing as well. Okay, I'll just scroll down to the bottom because there's so many comments. Tunky Bombi, thanks for the follow. Do not let them take the country minerals. They belong to the country and the people of the country. 100%, yeah. Hi, my heart and the people of the Ukis with your country, even though my country, there is not. You're born in Greenland? No, I haven't. Trump listens, greed will bring disaster to the planet. I mean, that is the only thing that's like driving this. Bullshit reasons to take over territories. 100%. Why Finland, Norway, and Sweden should defend Greenland? They get nothing from it. They're part of the NATO alliance, you know? It's not about like getting something of it. It's remembering who you're allied with. There is already NATO presence there. US has military bases in Greenland. But that is not enough for Trump because Trump wants to own it. USA already has military bases in Greenland, but as Trump said, that is not enough. We were won the We won't allow this. I mean, it's probably going to happen. China and Russia are nowhere near taking Greenland, to be honest. That is all. That's just all like that usual complete like propaganda bullshit reasoning that they used like in every time they go and invade another country or participate in another country's politics. Adley Yanni, thanks for the follow. Are you in Greenland? I am not in Greenland. Trump go to get Greenland, nothing there anyway. Not the part of the USA. I mean, there's a lot of things in Greenland, and that's the reason why Trump wants to go there. The land of Greenland belongs to the people of Greenland. End of story. That is 100% it. UK stands with Denmark and Greenland. A lot of European countries stand with Denmark and Greenland. Britons. Europe brought this on themselves by eroding their own rules-based order in Iraq, Libya, etc. Join the enemy. If they got military bases in your country, they've already found out where the minerals are. Crime scene, Mary, thanks for the follow. USA, as a world superpower, should have Greenland. Well. Big 978, thanks for the follow. If US does that, it shows cannot be trusted by anyone. I mean, that's literally it. I wish someone would come to take Vance and Trump, get them. I mean, yeah. I mean, Father Time is going to take Trump eventually. Trump is 79, turning 80, so it's not probably going to take that much longer. And his health is getting worse. Citizens should have proper health care. US citizens should have proper health care. People of Greenland have a right to choose their own path. It's time we recognize their independence. Well, the Greenlanders have the right to vote for that, but they haven't wanted to do that so far. So, do you think Denmark, Russia, China will stop Trump? I mean, again, Russia and China aren't going to try and take Greenland. So don't bet that stupid argument. Okay, so the United States will stay out of Greenland and China and Russia can have them. Good luck. Tämä on Suomi, like, oh my fucking god, like... Piper's Secrets, thanks for the follow. Trump is getting out of hand. I mean, Trump is just... Like... Is it me or is it just people getting more and more easier to manipulate? Like, they just believe anything that Trump says. That is what I've noticed for the past fucking year. It wasn't this bad on the first term. Who'll revive Ozzy Osbourne? I did. Like, in the first term, at least even right-wingers and Republicans were fact-checking Trump. But now they just take anything Trump says as gospel without any fucking fact-checking. Where are you from, Alicia? I'm from Finland. I live in Ireland. Like, we adore Trump. I mean, if you use the term adore and Trump in the same sentence, like, come on. Hello, brother from Iceland. What up, Iceland? Are you from Reykjavik? McLean66, thanks for the follow. My guy is literally a cult. USA on screen. Oh, they all suck up his poop when they know he's lying. Greenland isn't for sale, I agree. You need medical help. I can even see what... Trump is mad. I do agree, baby. Netanyahu is the America's president. Nice hair, 1970s wants it back. Oh my god, what a burn. Oh, that hurts so much. You must be so jealous that you can't grow hairs, though. Cosmic, thanks for the follow. Seriously, would you rather Russia or China? I mean, neither of them are taking Greenland. That's the thing, salty bitch from USA. That's your username, not me calling you a bitch. That's literally salty BTCH USA. They are not taking it. They are not fucking interested in it. And second of all, Greenland is a NATO territory. Lol, grade 3 insult. I mean, it was a username, so I excuse myself. Oh my fucking god. Like, what are your thoughts about on Iran and USA involving? I mean, Iran has the third largest oil reserves in the world. They might need some freedom, according to the United States. And Trump kind of hinted already that they want to go. Oh, yeah, the hair connect. Russia has enough going on in Ukraine, and ain't no 1 million Chinese sailing to Greenland. Oh my god. Gatip7777, thanks for the follow. Sometimes, guys, sometimes you're giving me a bit of a headache. 50 some white guy, thanks for the follow. Janice Davis 66, thanks for the follow. Keither48, thanks for the follow. Rich Supreme, thanks for the follow. From South Carolina, USA, we would love to have Greenland join our nation. Oh my god. Trump is on borrowed time. One of the best comments in a long list of comments. No. Just saying, Trump is old. We know that. Everybody knows that, right? That's not a secret. Trump is old, 79, turning 80. He's already showing signs of like not being in full health. It is not normal to a person to take 3 cognitive tests. It is not definitely normal that your leg is dragging behind you. Old as fuck. Hopefully MAGA being a cult of personality won't outlive Trump. Congress can't do nothing yet. We need to wait until midterms, though. Looking forward to seeing him collapse. I mean, it's eventually going to happen. Age is irrelevant. He's sharp, but he has 3 years left in his office. I mean, he's not going to survive 3 years, though. If he does, kudos to Trump. But unfortunately, the way he's like, literally, we can see him deteriorate. Like, he's not making 3 more years. It's the same with that Joe Biden had. Joe Biden, literally after the first like few months, we can see the downgrade in Joe Biden's cognitive capabilities and also general health. Like that wasn't a surprise to any, and neither should Trump. Yeah, well, yeah, Biden made it through though. Joe Biden was 25 times worse than Trump. If we're talking about the first term of Trump, yeah, I would say so. But if we're talking about the second term, I think like Trump's memory is losing him. I'd rather China had Greenland than USA. Okay, that's a bit of a bold statement there. I'd rather have China. Oh, Jutta, make a poll in TikTok. Ask who would they rather have? China, USA, or Russia? Let's see. If you have to choose. And put a wild card there. Put Ireland as the 4th option. Look at pictures of presidents before and after the serving. It's crazy. Oh yeah. Rene bad. Lol, you accepted that we own Greenland now. No, I didn't. Fuck no. USA, my vote for you. Jutta, FRDM just voted for Russia. Did you get the poll already? Thoughts on Obama? I think, like, if you think about the past presidents, like Obama and Trump and Bush Jr. and like the first term was milder and the second term is a fucking like walking, talking dumpster fire. Jojo Donovan. I think the first term of Obama was better, not good, and the second term was a complete dumpster fire. The same with Trump. The first term was better, not great, but the second term is a complete fucking dumpster fire. Poll up. Okay, so poll is up, go and vote. Trump is killing in America. Oh, Trump is killing America. I saw an ad from Saab about some new missile, and they showed a Muslim woman in a what? In a hijab controlling the air. Saab. We're talking the car company from Sweden. Libya, Syria, ISIS. Trump is the worst president for the environment. Fact, bro, how can you be supporting Russia as a Finnish? I'm not supporting Russia. I'm just throwing that there. And Alejandro, that's a bit of a loaded question because I have nothing against the people of Russia. I know a lot of Russian people. I have a lot against Kremlin and Putin. You know, that's the thing when I criticize things. The Russian people are as much of a prisoner as anyone else because they are completely fucked by Kremlin and Putin. Are you worried about the environment? Talk to China. Shelly, you might want to investigate that claim a bit. You don't want to believe the propaganda you're saying in the United States, because if we're talking about environment and what countries are doing to make them more environmental friendly, China has been doing quite a lot more than, for example, the United States. They are not there yet. China is still the #1 polluter in the world, but they are doing a lot of steps to get there. Biggest green energy capacity in the world, yeah. For example, I just talked about it yesterday, like wind energy and solar energy, both China. Is it okay to like USA, China, and Russia? Like by default, none of those countries, if their current leaders would be changed to somebody who has a bit of like human decency and I mean just fucking, not complete nut jobs, and they care about their own citizens, there's nothing wrong with those countries. People, the Chinese people, Russian people, and the American, there's nothing wrong. Like they are people like us. It's their fucking leaders that are fucking over them and fucking over everybody else. Sorry about the swear words. Sorry about swearing so much, but this is something that a lot of people need to understand. Especially like if you're disagreeing with people inside your country because they're the opposition in your end. You and the opposition of like your fellow citizen, you are both on the same fucking boat. The only one that's drilling that boat full of holes is your government. What? Literally spreading Chinese propaganda while claiming American facts from your allies are propaganda. What Chinese propaganda did I spread? Oh yeah, it's never the people, it's just the governments. Fun fact, thanks for the follow. Oh my god, there's so many. Dentec, thanks for the follow. Pandemonium, but thanks for the follow. Helldiver, thanks for the follow. Crazy, thanks for the follow. Oh, there's so many comments in TikTok. AR, thanks for the follow. Pasituria Halmet, thanks for the follow. Trump lost the popular vote. Do your journalism research. It's more about lining their own pockets. China has 200-year plan. They're not going to let the planet become uninhabitable. Jockey, West Wing, Christian, thanks for the follow. Thanks for the sub, Axa. Bethany, thanks for the follow. Dan Davis, thanks for the follow. He won the popular vote. He didn't. As Russia-born US citizen, thank you so much for your kind words. I mean, that's the thing. Like, you have more in common with your fellow citizen than you have with the rulers of your country. Not just over 50% of those who voted in the USA, but Trump in power. Make Greenland great again. Do you live in Greenland? I don't live in Greenland. We need a female leader. I don't think America is ever going to have, especially a female. I don't even think that Republicans will ever have a female candidate, because they gotta know that there's some states in the United States that would never vote for a female candidate. Which one won? Which one won the vote? Oh, Greenland won. Who should own Greenland? Greenland won. Beautiful. Well, that makes sense. That's the best outcome from that. How many leaders, so-called puppets related to King Charlemagne? We apparently fund the world. Yeah, Greenland won the vote. Yeah, why they took them NATO? They were on. Can I love? Can I love there? I hate here. Hate it here. You hate it in Greenland. Kim, thanks for the rose. I mean, Ireland is always open for people. They're really welcoming. Putin knows Greenland. No. I live in American Gardens building on. Oh my fucking god! Did this guy just say Republicans wouldn't vote for a woman candidate, a presidential candidate? I did no. I didn't say that. Let's not paraphrase what I said. I said that there are some states in America that people in those states wouldn't vote for a woman presidential candidate. So GOP wouldn't take that risk. GOP knows that there are people in states, in red states especially, that wouldn't vote for a female candidate and wouldn't vote for a person of color. If you don't fucking admit that, you're delusional. Democrats, yeah, I don't like Jeff. I 100% agree with you. That was bullshit. 100% agree that that was bullshit. I would not vote for a woman. Why? Well, Russians say otherwise. Finland started war. If you think Shirley is a honest reporter, you're. Oh my god, is somebody again like sharing that Shirley guy? Sarah Palin was a Republican. Was Sarah Palin a presidential candidate? Did he win the Republican primaries? Did he go against a Democratic candidate? No, he didn't. Daniel, thanks for the follow. There's good conversation going on. I live in the red states of Kansas, and we have the best Democratic governor, Laura Kelly. It's been what? Well, you have a Democratic governor there. Trey Boy, Lee, thanks for the follow. Merkel was a great leader. Why not vote for her? I mean, we had a female president in Finland, and I also voted a female candidate last time. Well, not last time, but the previous time. Lies, Stepo, thanks for the follow. Well, I didn't vote for them because they were like women. Their ideas aligned with mine. I don't vote based on gender. I based whose ideas I'll align, but I will not vote for a person because of their gender or race. You know? I live in the border with the USA stone throw away. I travel extensively there my whole life. The races you talk about are voting is rare in my. Yeah, I think though, like, yeah, that's actually a good point. Like some of those people who wouldn't be voting for those wouldn't vote anyways. Has Trump woken up for the day? Are we already attacking Iran? Oh my fucking god. Listen to this. Who said that Nordic news are propaganda? Rurik, thanks for the follow. 202 my lobby, thanks for the follow as well. I believe in meritocracy. Alert! In a chilling development that has seen shockwaves across the globe, North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un has just pledged absolute eternal support for Russian President Vladimir Putin. every policy and decision, calling it a choice that will be constant and permanent. Oh my fucking god. Greenland doesn't belong to the USA. Hey reporter, thanks for the follow. I have not seen an American woman that has the backbone to run our country. Is this true? I mean, it's Kim Jong-un and Vladimir Putin, so it might be true. No. Breaking news, Trump has decided to strike Iran. I'm not 100% sure on that. We need some source on that. We need some beautiful sources on that. No. Let's not say it yet. Does USA belong to the British then? I don't think that's the case. Are you Greenland or Denmark? Yeah, there's no credible source to back that claim. So we are not. USA did not yet strike it. Not gonna say they're not gonna do that, but as of now, they haven't. So many bullshit reporting channels on YouTube, difficult shit. Yeah, I know. And also in X, it says Israel strikes. What is the connection with Iran here? Why? I mean, Iran has a revolution going on and the US wants to go there. Why are people... Oh my god. Yeah, we don't have any news of like Iran attacks yet. They did attack Syria yesterday though. I'm a politician in Belgium and it's a hoax. What is a hoax? Trump is censoring our news. Iran was the last on the list. Greenland belongs to the USA. It's interesting that you just come to the chat and spout stupid stuff. North Korea should have been dealt with many years ago. I mean, they're kinda harmless to be fair. With global warming, Greenland might thaw in 100 years. We are entering a new age of blatant imperialism. Get ready for more global chaos. Yeah, Clown Baby, I do agree with you. That has been the thing going on. Vladimir Putin, thanks for the follow. If he's to hit any country, he has to do it before the Senate votes or after he votes the bill. I mean, he did hit Syria yesterday, Kimberly. That's literally, while we were streaming yesterday, that happened during the stream, that they attacked Syria. I don't think they're going to attack Iran yet because Iran is now waiting for it. So it's probably going to happen next week. Not harmless to human life if their own country, which is what you've said is what you care about. Not harmless to human life in their own country, which is what you said is what you care about. I don't think like the person who said about the Kim Jong-un should be dealt with. Like, it's their own issue. Savior 8883338. Yeah, North Korea, yeah. Kim Jong-un. Thing is that the USA, Trump is at war with his own citizens. Look at ICE. Yeah. But I think North Korea would be the same as in like Venezuela and Iran. Like, it's their own thing. They should be handling it how they want to. Revolution in North Korea as well. That's the fastest block ever. They got internet, we don't know what's happening there. Yeah, that's the problem with Iran. Kim Jong-un is a great leader. I mean, there's some conflicting reporting on that, but my trusted source is Vladimir Putin in TikTok. So Delta Force goes after Kim. Nah, I like, again, God King Kim Jong-un attacking Iran is opening and Putini. We're talking about Iran again. You guys want to talk about Minnesota? I heard that's a topic that everybody wants to talk about. He just wants to flex and make war to hide his disgusting fetishes. I mean, the Epstein files have not been released yet. I love how citizens in North Korea obey their leader. Never will happen in USA. Do you really think that's a good thing? You really think that's a good thing that citizens in North Korea either obey their leaders or they get shot? I think this is a great segue into migrating to Denmark. I've been interesting for years. Ace, I highly recommend like Denmark. I can assure. Pick any Nordic country. They're all good places to live. The lies about North Korea is unreal, but you ain't ready for the conversation. Okay. Nick Shirley is paid by the Republicans. Nick Shirley is probably paid by other factions as well. You should see the Ukraine reporting he did in Ukraine. I think he has also Tenant Media as one of his funders. If you don't know what Tenant Media is. Ireland is full of rain. Yeah, I can tell that. But lucky for me, for example, I like rain, so. Minnesota is about to be put on lock and made an example out of. You think that's a good thing? Hey, Trump will be in prison or nursing home. I think probably both. Trump deserves a Nobel Peace Prize. For what? Again, do you think it's normal that law enforcement in USA hitting the streets like going to war? No, I don't think it's okay. That gives me 1930s and 1920s Germany vibes. Too much. Yeah, I know what's happening in Minnesota. I've covered it in every stream for the past week, and also I've made many videos about it. Who actually says that they're gonna defend Greenland besides Denmark? I can fucking go there. I can go and throw some snowballs. Trump stopped 8 1/4 wars. Okay. I read that USA has kill switch on all F-15s sold overseas. I also read something about that, but I think that's also kind of like not 100% accurate. It's hard to like get facts straight on like military equipment because, you know. Hey Sergio, thanks for the follow. So we're gonna need to hope that they don't have that. Yeah, it's like 1930s Germany is USA now. A liberal invented Cards Against Humanity. You think there's something wrong against Cards Against Humanity? Finland is based. Oh yeah. Kimberly Davis, thanks for the follow. Trump has stopped several wars and bombed everything. He has bombed quite a lot of places. Project 2025 is being implemented. You should read it. Yes. But they have some issues as well, like inside those people who are who were the masterminds behind Project 2025. They have like some internal scuffles going there. Can we please give Trump the Rest in Peace prize? Minnesotan here, we are under attack by the Trump admin and peaceful fighting back. I was looking at the protest yesterday, and I have to say that it was beautiful to see the community come together and say that, hey, we're not fine with this modern day Gestapo walking around with no names, no faces, and live ammunition and guns around them, suppressing people's First Amendment rights. Rumor has it Trump is terminally ill. We can just pray. I'm not a praying person, but lol, where the hell are you from? What the fuck does it have to do with anything? ICE wouldn't be there if Biden didn't open the border. Cool story, bro. Trump has dementia. He definitely does.
I remember a time when Republicans were very careful about and worried about the government, particularly unelected people.
Well, we can't trust the government anymore.
Having access to personal.
1930s Germany, if America ever went rogue like other current countries, what the hell? You do know what happened in the 1930s Germany. Maka skipped high school history. Exactly, Kim. Any Greenlandian here? Salute your new flag. Oh my fucking god. Mr. Nice Guy, you can shut up about that already. Like, Greenland is still Greenland. It's not part of the United States anymore. Are you in the States? No. Minnesota in Finnish, Minnesotaan. What 1930s Germany was getting stronger and richer every day. Every citizen was proud of their country. Sound familiar? They also had secret police going door to door, finding people who think differently or group of people they wanted to deport from their country. That was started in the 30s, you know? Without any due diligence, any... Puduling, thanks for the follow. You should visit the States to have an idea. Yeah, I can read, you know? That's the skill that you get from school. Highly recommend that. US citizens collectively have more firepower than most countries. Germany, nah. Mother was Belgian, told me about propaganda in World War II. Most news is biased. J.D. Vance wants ICE to go door to door. Sound familiar? Yeah. Literally, like J.D. Vance said that. He wants ICE to go door to door. Of course, the Republicans have now spun it like he didn't mean every door. He just meant immigrant store. But we've already seen reports that they are going in white neighborhoods as well. Not just immigrant neighborhoods, like prominently white neighborhoods. I think Trump wants foreigners out because they were educated in the American system, so they're not. You only get that skill if you aren't busy hiding from bullets in school. Don't open doors. Let some MAGA tell us what Antifa is. They wouldn't like coming to my door. I mean, I want to remind every American in the chat now. You do have your Second Amendment rights. And in the Second Amendment, if you read the Second Amendment, you have the right to bear arms, for example, against the tyrannical government. So just a reminder. You're not American. I'm not. But I do know your Second Amendment. And your First as well. Stoneface Mike, thanks for the follow. Yes, we do. Yes, and I have stock up for the upcoming civil war. It doesn't matter. Economy is all what normalized citizens. US is under propaganda. They have no freedom. I meant no educated in US system law, so they are not easily fooled. But it's not a tyrannical government. I mean, I think... Oh, Bobby, thanks for the $10. I suggested not coming to the States. It's not safe here. I don't feel safe here. If you, Bobby, ever wants to go somewhere like... If you're thinking of like another country to live, Ireland, you would be welcome from the United States here. Again, if the USA is so terrible, why are so many people moving there legally and illegally? I mean, the funny thing is, if you like me coming to the United States and applying for a tourist visa, you do know the new rules. Then I need to show them 5 years of my social media activity. And unfortunately, I have so many good memes on my phone about J.D. Vance and Trump, especially from the South Park episodes, that I would probably be detained in the border and then sent back to Ireland. Oh, BS Bobby, I go there all the time. Bobby lives in the United States. FRDM. And that's Bobby's experience of the United States. And that's many people's experience. There are also people who think that it's everything's sunshine and rainbows. No, don't do Belfast. Belfast is beautiful. I want to retire out of the USA. But you have zero idea what you're talking about. No, I do have quite a lot of information. What I'm talking about. Ireland GDP is high. I mean, it's not that high. Yet more than so many of us Americans. Yeah, If America did that, they'd be treated like the bonus army protesters were bad in MacArthur. If the Congress continues to peel away from the administration, he will shutter the doors. You don't have any idea what you're saying because you watched the news. I mean, oh my fucking god. Maybe you should watch the news a bit more. User 247, thanks for the follow. You are paid. Intention sent. Who is paying me? I do have a 9-to-5 job. This is my hobby because I like talking about politics. Who is paying me? Oh my fucking god. You need to see it with your own eyes. That's the most stupidest argument ever. Rage baiting. Thanks. That was actually a proper rage bait. Wisdom now. Thanks for the follow. Little Green Man. The go-to line. You can't comment on this specific topic because you haven't visited. You haven't seen it with your own eyes. You haven't smelled it with your own nose. You haven't touched it with your own fucking ass. You can't talk about these things. Pretty Scotch, thanks for the follow. Whenever I cross any border in the world, I cross clean. I mean, if I went to certain countries, I would bring back stuff that I would need to smuggle, though. Not everything is allowed in Ireland. Reverend Green Campbell, thanks for the follow. Where's the lamb sauce? Oh, that's Gordon Ramsay. People are jealous of USA. Will you be going for the darts title this year? Oh my, Kieran, again, I'm not the same guy. I'm not the darts player. Bill Connell, thanks for the follow. Bernie's, bye. Hey, thanks for dropping by, Bernie's. Come to the stage, then you have an opinion. That's, again, I'm not falling for that anymore. Like, for example, if you want to have a heated conversation, we can talk about Israel and Palestine. USA is the best country in the world. I mean, if we take all the measurements, I don't think USA holds up to that. I think USA is number one in a few things, but not all of them. You watch the news, it's fake. I mean, you listen to Trump, he lies. Some of the news are fake, and some of the things Trump says is a lie. So we're both right here, right? Number one in military and people in prison. I was thinking about now. Hey, Bernice. I travel from Canada to Mexico every year by truck. I visit so many places in the USA. I love Americans. There is some truth to that, though, Alice. I've been in protest to parades. Yeah. But it still doesn't make it like... That's a really intellectually stupid argument to say that you can't have an opinion about a thing because you haven't visited the place. It would be the same if we were having a conversation about the Second World War, and we can't have an opinion about the Second World War because we weren't there. Like, the fuck? And then watch the same event on the news. All of them misrepresented them. I mean, that's why you read multiple different sources. And that's when it kind of requires you to digest a lot of different platforms. Greetings from Denmark. What up, Gentle Giant? You don't pay taxes, you don't vote. I pay taxes, though. Yeah, I guess what you're saying. 20 millions are below 10%. Is that really that much? Did I miss any follows? USA number one in gullible populace. Ah, come on. You don't pay taxes in the States. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's true. I pay taxes in Ireland. I vote in Ireland. Greetings from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Hey, greetings back. How's things going in Minnesota? Hopefully better. Intention sense, shut the fuck up. Bernice, I think that user is just gonna try and rile people up. Because I buy toxic. I mean, first, I have a thing called freedom of speech, intention sense. I can talk whatever I want to. You can talk whatever you want to. We have freedom of speech. The only thing that I have more than you guys is the power to just press that little nice block button. So other people in the chat doesn't need to get infected by your stupidness. I'm curious about Denmark, gentle. Shaspel, thanks for the follow. 20 million unchecked, a bunch of Cardinals members came in. Oh, 20 million Cardinal members came in. God damn, that's a lot of Cardinal members. Hey, Kim, thanks for the hat. Hat and mustache. A lot of unrest. It's a terrible time. Maka level 10,000 here. Greenland was promised to us US 3,000 years ago. Curious about Denmark. What do you want to know? No, like that was in YouTube. Yet they pear clutch about laws. Where are you from? Okay, this is a serious question. Should I always just change my answer where I'm from? Just for shits and giggles, because I get that asked for many times. But I'm from Finland. I live in Ireland. But just for shits and giggles, should I just like say a different country every time and see how they react? Like, I'm from Seychelles. How many of you do know where Seychelles is? Do China. Just but a banner. That would be easier. Do you miss Finland ever? No. I miss my friends and some family members in Finland, but I don't miss Finland as a country. I do miss fishing though. But you can fish here in Ireland, which is it's almost the same, but not the same though. The Arctic fishing especially. Do you not agree with the take of a communist country being neighbors to Western civilization? I have no, like, it's their country, they can do what the fuck they want, you know? Your accent screams Finland. You mean Finnish. Your accent screams Finnish. Let's be... Sano et oot Antarktikalta. Hey, Chicken Burger, thanks for the follow. Greenland is integral part of USA. No. What kind of cardinal has 2 million members? It's like half Finland. I don't know. Somebody said that 20 million cardinal members came to the US. Ireland is beautiful. Yeah, 100%. Why Ireland? That's where my family is from, but I have never been. We got a job offer with my wife, and also our kids are in the perfect age that both of them know English, of course, because like in Finland you're taught English really early, and both of them went to an English kindergarten because we always knew that we're going to move to an English-speaking country at some point. So my older daughter is going to college, and my younger one is going to first year. So it's a perfect time to like do that transition if you want to. So everything was like the timing of that was just perfect, like 3 years ago. I've been living here for 3 years already. The accent is Finnish, and therefore it screams Finland. USA more beautiful. No, it's not. And I mean, there are places in USA that is more beautiful, but there's something special in Ireland. Excellent parenting. Yeah. You're just obsessed with Trump, dude. I mean, Trump could just stop being a fucking absolute moron, and then I wouldn't talk about Trump. Nah, Trump has done good things as well. Like, for example, the newest one that Robert... This is rare, because RFK Jr. says a lot of, like, wild stuff. But one thing he said that is correct is eat real food. That is something that I agree with, and I don't think he can force the food industry to change their ways. That if he does that, that's a good thing. Like if he makes all processed food cost like fucking 10 times more, and makes real food like organic healthy food cost less, that's a good thing. RFK wants everyone to try heroin. I mean, it's their body, they can do what they want to though. But if they do that, that's a good thing. Another good thing was the pharmaceutical prices getting down. RFK generally brings receipts, correct? He selects what receipts he brings. RFK doesn't trust majority science. He trusts science that is aligned with his ideas of things. RX hasn't gone down, it's super expensive. Yeah, and there was a lot of backlash already from the pharmaceutical companies that they actually raised the prices, even though Trump got like 200-ish prices down, but I think there was like 100 more that was raised. So the companies are already balancing that. Yeah, the pharmaceuticals hasn't been lowered yet, and also the companies are planning to raise the prices. No, he can't. Not enough profit for the food industry. Yeah, 100%. Like I don't think the food industry will change. If it changes, good job. But there's so much money in producing complete unedible shit to the Americans. It's so much cheaper. Trump has bought democracy for Venezuela. No, he hasn't yet. Okay, that's actually a funny thing. Mr. Nice Guy, that's literally a thing that's not true. Jesse, thanks for the follow. You know why that's not true? Because the fucking Maduro regime is still there. Vermin, thanks for the follow. It's still the same regime. Trump is allowing pollution of air. Like, yeah, those two things, like fighting the pharmaceutical companies and also fighting the food industry, the private poisoning of like artificial ingredients, taking those out of the food products is a good thing. Those are good things that Trump is doing. But Trump is fucking over the farmers with his trade wars. Food is changing now to get rid of poison. I mean, if your food had poison, you're a fucking walking, talking miracle. Deregulation is killing us. Like, I think this is something that a lot of Europeans are also misunderstanding. Like, what they are doing is they are removing the regulations, but also forcing the companies, which means that at some point they can just flip the switch again and put the prices back. Because all they care is oil. They don't care about the people and regime. I mean, yeah. They don't care about the people of Venezuela, though. They pretend to care. Also ban surgery on children. What's your opinion on the... What? Yes, but now they will bail them out. Pollution. Big Food and Big Pharma are working together. Hi, Michael Penttila. Oh, that's that. Trump wants... hey, Big978, thanks for the follow. Jay Mora. He's keeping the oil money for himself, hiding them in a foreign bank accounts. That's what he said. I don't think Congress is going to allow that. Trump wants war to stop because he wants people to live. Trump wants war to stop because he wants people to live. But he's also going to war. I don't know. Pill executives do not want Venezuela at all. Even the oil execs don't want Venezuela, so it's not profitable, according to them.
Is allowed to engage when feeling.
I remember a time when Republicans were very careful about and worried about the government, particularly unelected people.
We can't trust our government anymore.
Having access to personal data.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
You are the government.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Game theory. What? What game theory? He talks about a war for Greenland. Trump cares about Venezuela. Since when? Trump is a nice guy. I mean, I was claimed that I'm getting paid to talk here, but I'm starting to think that Mr. Nice Guy might be getting some payment from those messages. Imagine if he pardoned Snowden as a last hurrah. This is probably a thing that angers a lot of liberals and a lot of left-wingers, but I think Snowden should be pardoned. And I'm kind of angry that Snowden wasn't pardoned and Snowden was pushed to Russia. This is probably something that a lot of people might not agree with me. Am I missing out on YouTube chat? There's a lot of people on TikTok. No, stay on YouTube. Read those as well. But I read the YouTube ones in priority. Mr. Nice Guy won't show his face. Nah, anonymity is still a thing. Oh, for fuck's sake, it's not about the people, it's only about the dollar and power. Oh, yeah. Snowden should be pardoned. Oh, yeah, like, this might be something that I lose a lot of, like, left with. What's your YouTube channel? Do I have it still? Ooh. There. It's literally my same username in Twitch and YouTube. Both of them. In YouTube, I do have a bit more, like, on my screen. The 3 world's powers have agreed that the EU must go. None of that is true. Nope, not the people. When you put your hand on your face, you tend to give us the middle finger. I don't need to show my face. Don't talk bad about Trump. I mean, I can't talk bad about Trump. But I'm there's still no information about like Trump attacking Iran, so that's fine. I don't think that's happening today. Let's compare genetics though. What? Noticed it a couple of times. Let the people choose. You don't live there. All the beta weaklings side with the left. There are never lefties who are attractive. Are you monitoring the situation? I am. I am monitoring the situation. Never hotties. That sounds like a guy who's subscribed to Hustlers University. A lone wolf. I bet you're subscribed to Hustlers University. I can't believe Trump did not get Nobel Prize. Again. Oh, you can't even type. Oh, that's so. You're not a chat because you can't even type. That's sad. Basement dweller, lone wolf. US will treat Greenlanders better than Denmark. Okay. That's a wild take.
Had personal talks with some Democrats. I can't tell you who they are. I just don't want to do that. It's not fair to them. About paying large amounts of dollars back to the people. You know, this was my idea. It came up during that. You know, oftentimes in under times of stress, like the shutdown,
I just can't read the funny comments.
Great ideas that you wouldn't have thought of before. The insurance companies are making a fortune.
Can USA give them free healthcare? I don't think. I mean, okay, I can't say that. If they become a part of a different country, they would get free healthcare under the USA. But I'm not saying that. But that's already happening. Greenlanders will get cheap oil and McDonald's. So cancer. So Mr. Nice Guy, you're giving Greenlanders cancer. I would take the free healthcare instead. I think that's a better deal. What do you guys think? Free healthcare, cancer. Probably if they make it all the military base yet again, veterans are getting it either. Yeah. Courtesy of the United States. Greenland is largely Inuit. I think it's like... I think it is. The chief of Chicago police comes out in support of the ice agents who almost got run over. Definitely choose free healthcare. Yeah, I would too. Greenlanders get forced to abortion from the then government. Greenland definitely will get richer and better infrastructure with US. Great point is that who can oppose a nation that will have $1.5 trillion defense budget? True. Sorry, President Trump is a narcissistic, dangerous man, and the American people were forced for voting. I mean, my wife said that a lot of MAGA people are victims as well. What do you think about that? America is such a fever dream, literally gonna give me a heart attack at 30. Like, if there's fraud happening in Minnesota, or if there's fraud happening in anywhere, they should be investigated and charged. And it is wild that that in the United States there are people grandstanding on Minnesota fraud, while their party is pardoning literal fraudsters at the same time. I want equal repercussions for everyone, regardless of your ethnicity, of your country of your origin, citizen status. Everybody should have the same consequences for fraud. Do you agree with that? How many of you can you agree with that? Every single person has the same consequences for fraud, whether you're a billionaire, millionaire, normal citizen, immigrant, Republican, Democrat, inbred from Alabama. Sorry, that was a cheap shot. Sorry about that. That was kind of a cheap shot. Everybody should have the same consequences. Paul, thanks for the follow. If you can't agree to that, then you are not genuine with this conversation. Then you're not genuine with this conversation, and you have a biased agenda on this. Everybody who commits fraud should be sentenced the same and investigated, regardless of their color of their skin, their ethnicity, race, gender, sexuality, country of origin, citizenship status, whether they're a politician, whether they're a president of the United States, or whether they're anyone, former president of the United States. Yeah, but billionaires pay a lot of taxes. Okay, here we go. Everybody should have the same consequences when frauding. If you're not agreeing with that, you're not having a genuine conversation with them. Just don't copy Canada's version. We have some serious issues with our system of healthcare. In a perfect world, that would be the way it should be. I mean, the people of the United States have the power for that. You have the power. What the fuck are we talking about here? Either you want it or you don't. We have Jeffrey Epstein in TikTok chat. I thought, Jeffrey, you were gone. I saw a fake video of you. I heard reporting from the FBI that you were gone. How the fuck are you in my chat? Trump has no connection to Epstein. It's all a lie. Oh, God. Let's not fucking go here. Mr. Nice Guy, I'll give you a warning because now it's getting ridiculous. Like, Supreme Court ruled the president can't do no wrong. That should be changed. How many of you agree that the president of the United States shouldn't have immunity? That's my opinion. I don't think the president of Ireland or the president of Finland or president of the United States should have immunity if they break the law. Yeah, fuck no. No immunity to anyone. I mean, if this is a hot take, I'm guilty. Jesus loves me. I mean, I am Jesus, Jeffrey Epstein, so. Is USA becoming the next Russia like Trump is the next Putin? I mean, Trump has used the same terminology as Putin when talking about expanding territories, so he has that like lingo already honed in. I'm not saying they're the same, but a lot of the things that Trump is saying is mirroring what Putin said back in 2008 when Russia took Georgia, and 2014 when they annexed Crimea from Ukraine. He's a difficult part. The parties are so divided, all they do is attack each other. And he's proud of it. Trump cut ties with Epstein decades ago. Oh my god, Trump is above the law. Clinton, yeah, Clinton is horrible. Trump is short-lived right now. What are your pronouns? Fuck and you. Good evening. Hope your family all good. We're all good, Carol. Carol, the deadlifter. So USA is a part of NATO, and the USA threatening their member. Yep, that's about it in a nutshell. Like I said, everyone has biases. Wanting something and facing the reality of what it is. At MSN loves drama, and by default, so do the masses. Everyone is kept in constant state of has at the one thing or another, and that thing changes almost daily. Swedish king has immunity used coke and hookers. I mean, that sounds like a party. But I still, I'm not Swedish though. But no politician should have immunity. If they break the law, fucking gone. People lies about Trump's Epstein connection. There is no proof. There's mountains of proof. There's mountains of evidence. Thoughts on the US leaves NATO? It's possible that they're doing it. Everyone believes they are right. I don't. For sure, USA will be into the Iran issue for sure. I do think that, that is something that I do believe that's going to happen. There's an update for the Iran situation, actually. Sounds like a party for me, regular Swedish party. Cocaine and hookers. Martial law is Trump's next goal. USA should be even worse punishment for breaking public trust. Hey, do you guys remember my idea of how politics should be run? They should be like, at the end of every year, there should be a performance review on a politician. And why not extend that to like the president as well? Like in the US, it would be governors and senators, and in Ireland it would be MPs. But there would be a performance review, and the voters would vote if they have done what they promised, or if they are actually going. And if they are voted that they haven't performed like they promised in their campaigns, out they go. Next one in. Yeah, like it's wild that these ideas are so fucking out of there. So you believe in you're wrong on your points. I mean, no. These are what I believe. Whether they're right or not are irrelevant, you know? And there should be no advertising on than statements about the policies they represent. And there should be no advertising other than the statements about the policies they represent. Yeah, this is how you battle corruption. All of their donors, they need to wear stickers like NASCAR on their skin. Every single sponsor they have, like Pfizer and fucking Exxon and Apple, they would have stickers all over their fucking body. How do you survive every day? You guys aren't afraid the government finds you after a demonstration? I mean, they might. Opinions on Russia and Ukraine conflict. I mean, Putin is a dictator and a war criminal. That's it. It was Putin who started it, and Putin can end it any day. Just remove your Russian troops from Ukraine territory. War ended. Easiest ending of the war ever. Of course, he can't do that because he can't show defeat. Ban the political advertising, ban the donors. Yeah, I do agree. That would be the more harsher way. But if we want to enable people to be going for politics, they do need funding a bit, because not everybody have the funding for that. Unless we do it like the proper like Nordic way. Then yeah. Alicia, what is the story with Donut Lab? What Donut Labs? What? She's Miss Finland. Everyone should have their own jacket. Of sponsors you're talking about. Okay, guys, I'm going no more talking trash about Trump. Okay, Mr. Nice Guy, we promise not to talk trash about Trump. All politicians' funding should be a set public figure. Our Congress has only been in session for 80 some of days and they get over 140 grand a year. Yes, people still don't get it that you ain't left or right and talking just about your take on everything. 3 biggest threat country right now is USA, Russia, and China for invading other countries. You're kind of missing one country from that list, but I'm like, that's not a bad take, but I think one country should replace another country in that list. Or you might, yeah. But China only has one country they want to invade. There's a country that wants to invade at least 3 different countries and actually has invaded territory from those 3 different countries. Where in Minnesota are you? I mean, I'm not in Minnesota. I'm talking about Minnesota, but now actually the topic changed to another one. Don't forget India moving up. Minnesota here, actually a couple. China hasn't done anything why they on the list. I mean, they are threatening Taiwan all the time. I'm not left or right, but I just agree with the party that I believe is the best for the USA. They want Taiwan because they're yellow, Middle East, and man, the Minnesota situation is chaos. Oh, are we talking about politics? I mean, we've been talking about politics the whole time, though. I don't agree with everything you take the bad with the good. Both China and Taiwan agree Taiwan is a part of China. They don't agree on government type. Donald Labs promised great things with solid-state batteries, but director a bit dodgy. What the fuck haven't I hear about that? Marko Lehtimäki. Okay, so what's wrong with Marko, the CEO of Donald Lab? I can investigate a bit more so I can have a conversation about this. But it's finished, so I can do that. 140 countries recognize Taiwan and China. What is your opinion about Russia-Ukraine conflict? I already said that, which is the war would end immediately if Russia would just remove its military from Ukraine's territory and fuck off back to its own territory. Conflict stopped. But of course, that's not going to happen. They own other countries by financial sword. See Cambodia. Apple user, thank for the follow. What does Greenland produce? Apparently, a lot of butthurt for the US. Oh. A huge ICE anti-protest in New York City. Where are you from? Finland, but I live in Ireland. Any rock show you plan to go this year? I think Dream Theater was coming this year to Dublin, if I remember. I haven't checked any. We were originally supposed to go to London and see a couple of like local indie bands. And my wife wanted to go and see a Japanese heavy metal band, which was hilarious. I do want to go there. But it's not going to happen. Russia offered peace, but Ukraine rejected it. I mean, LM, I just said that the war would end if Russia just pulls its troops, but Russia doesn't want peace, so. Why do liberals have no common sense? John Rossier, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Russia pretty much said a couple hours ago they will take Ukraine, was on Estonian news. What do you think of Trump trying to annex Greenland by force? I think the Congress should step in, and also if they do without Congress approval, that's an illegal order. That's the exact same thing that they were talking about, that the military personnel have the right to refuse. They don't need to follow illegal orders. Sisu without the beard. Yeah, it's all the beard is here. Would you say Russia-Ukraine conflict was unprovoked? I said that Putin has had a good training for wanting to reunite the glorious previous empire. It's not housework that they teach you in the KGB. Trump will never even do that. That's liberal fake news. What is? Russia realized that they can ask for more now. What if Trump prevents midterm elections? Nigel, that is something that we had a discussion with my wife today, that either they win the midterms, Republicans, and everything's fine. But if they lose, they've already planted a seed of like election fraud. So in which country are you living right now? Like, I tarkoitan, että missä maassa you live paraikaa. In Ireland. Emil Rantana, I fucking love that you like mixed Finnish with English, but yeah, I live in Ireland at the moment. But I lived in Finland for, 33 years. What do you think is most dangerous? US entering Venezuela, Colombia, Greenland, or Putin, Ukraine? Oh fuck, that's a hard question. If America shouldn't own Greenland, why should Denmark? Because Denmark literally owns it. Like, what the hell? That's a weird question. Why should America be its independent country? Because, like, Great Britain was there first. Like, and the Native Americans. The United States should give their country back to the Native Americans, right? Because they came there on a boat 500 years ago, which is actually closer to like 400 years ago. No, 300 years ago. Less than that. Ulmer, thanks for the follow. Why did Ukraine try to join NATO when it agreed upon that they wouldn't? I mean, it's a sovereign country again. They can fucking do what they want. I mean, if we prove that if we use the same logic there, like Trump used the same logic that why should Danes own Greenland because they went there on a boat 500 years ago? Why should Americans own the United States because they went there on a boat 300 years ago? Like, you know, if we want to use that logic, if the president of the United States used that stupid logic for Greenland, the same logic could be used for the United States. I mean, ILA 42. That's why the United States should probably stick to the United States, especially, and also their president shouldn't open their mouth. You're being too logical, and that hurts a lot of people. Lucy Liu, that hurts so many. I believe the US and Greenland will work something out. I mean, I think the US and Denmark, yeah, are gonna work something out, true. Mr. Nice Guy, you said that you're gonna leave. Yes, we need him to mind our business. I mean, no offense to the Americans, but things aren't all sunshine and rainbows in the United States. So I'm more baffled that there isn't more Americans who are like yelling from the top of their fucking lungs that, hey, could you fuckhat concentrate on the issues we have here? Instead, we expand our territory to Venezuela, Cuba, Mexico, Colombia, Greenland. Like, I asked cause chat said people should be worried of invasion. Apparently, no. Nice argument. They are a sovereign country, so they can violate agreed upon terms and not suffer con. America has already took the Virgin Islands from Denmark. Didn't they sell the Virgin Islands? I know Denmark sold some islands to the United States. I just don't remember if it was the Virgin Islands. But I remember them selling some islands to the United States. We are protesting in every major city. Yeah, there's a huge one in New York at the moment. I hope the Nordics will help the Danes in a little Arctic warfare against the United States. Only for fun, thanks to the follower. That was a purchase. Yeah, I've splatted. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. When you have been in the House of Parliament as an MP since 1970s, you have the right to talk about politics. What the fuck are you talking about, Black Sabbath Rock? So no national security argument. Beautiful. So when oil price is going down, will it be $10 a barrel? I mean, if people think that US oil companies deciding where the money goes is going to bring the oil prices down in the US, have you guys learned nothing about capitalism? Have you guys learned nothing about capitalism? How private companies fucking operate? I mean, Trump promised to end the Ukraine-Russia war in one day. Don't talk about Maca. They have no idea what the hell they're talking about. I mean, it is quite entertaining, especially on a Sunday evening. It is entertaining to have a conversation about that on a Sunday evening, you know? But I mean, when you hear it on the news, you know I told you the truth. I don't even remember what to talk. When you have been in the House of Parliament as an MP since 1970s, you have the right to talk about politics. I mean, no offense, Black Sabbath Rock, but I have the right to talk about any fucking topic I want to. One thing you don't have the right to is tell me what I can and cannot say or talk about. That's the whole beauty of having freedom of speech, and also just like, you know, having the capability of having a conversation. It's my life. Yeah, true. I'm glad you're having a good time. I mean, I'm having a decent time. Nazis. Scuffle breaks on between Trump supporters and anti-ICE protesters in Times Square. Well, some countries depends natural resources, that bad news for them. Yeah, just don't mock Trump. I mean, everybody has a right to their opinion, but we'll never all agree on everything. 100%. Why have you taken that comments of TikToks? Is it because you supply the Russians weapons? What? What? What the fuck did I just read? Why have you taken that comments of TikTok? Is it because you supply the Russians weapons? Like, I literally think I got cancer reading that. I mean, cocaine is a hell of a drug, I know, but oh my god. That's one of the best things and also one of the stupidest things I've ever read. Now leave the comments alone. If it disappears this time, TikTok, I am correct. What are we talking about? I need to go and check if you've left a comment about. In what video did you comment? I don't delete any comments from TikTok. They're sending English troops with the French to Ukraine to fight the Russian drones. Yes, I know that. Now we're sitting here with 50% of the country going crazy because... I mean... No offense, but this is fucking hilarious. Are you a Russian agent? That's why you're mocking Trump. Yeah, that would be the plot twist of the century. Do you work in tech? I do work in tech. Hey, Lynette the Phone, thanks for the follow. So, I'm a Russian agent now. That's kind of interesting. No, maybe 25%, but not 75%. Stop supplying North Korea with nukes. I mean, sorry, guys. I didn't know that that wasn't allowed. Nobody wanted what he's doing. I didn't know it's a bad thing to provide nukes to North Korea. Sorry, guys. Nice try, Vasily. Come stop Stamer in UK. I mean, in tech, I thought Finnish people only worked for Nokia, sauna companies, and in heavy metal bands. Oh my god, blue-eyed punk. This is gonna probably sound fucking hilarious, but I got 3 out of 2, what you just mentioned. I worked at Nokia in 2008 and 2009. I also was in a heavy metal band, and I have a heavy metal album. I didn't work for sauna companies, though. Out of all the Finnish people in TikTok, you landed on this one. So why every Finnish has sauna or access to it? Because it's healthy. But hey, serious question, is the aftermath of Brexit vis-a-vis Ireland all done? I think they still have something they are negotiating, but I do think that like everything should be already set. But now they're negotiating. Britain wants to probably have another vote. Is China funding you? No, it's not. He works for Lada. My grandfather had a Lada. Don't forget ethical and principle with values. What are we talking about? But it is like, I used to work at Nokia and... Oh, this is... I can't say that. Fucking A. The cousin of my grandfather. I can't tell my grandfather's name, but the cousin of my grandfather is the founder. No, I'm not going to say that. But I have another link to Nokia as well. Well, not me. Like, he's so distant relative, but like, we share the same surname, though. My grandmother has a lot of as well. His granddad name is Dimitri. No. None of my family members' names are Russian, though. I think we have a few that has like Swedish names. But no Russians. All right. Is Brexit being reversed? I read somewhere that they wanted to... Oh my god, I don't remember. I should have probably not said that, because I don't remember fully. Not to reverse. Okay, yeah, sorry. I personally don't think Brexit should be reversed. I think Brexit was done kind of badly. Hey, Lucy Lou, thanks for the mustache and hat times 2. I think originally how they did Brexit was kind of fuckery. What's your name? Alicia? Let's use my username, right? And even if I pronounce my name, like, you don't really do anything with that, because why do Finns keep their baby names secret? What? I don't know. It was you look more like Alex. Well, my real name is Ilmari, so... But my name, Mr. Nice Guy, isn't Alicia. You know? And it's a username. My username is my wife's second name. So... Fuck you. I personally don't think Brexit should be reversed. Yeah. The reason why I used this username was because when I met my wife, I used to play PlayStation 3 at her apartment, and I used to play NHL and FIFA. And people were really, really mad for losing to a quote-unquote girl. So they wrote the most heinous and sexist shit in the chat. And then I called them out and reported them. That was so, like... And that's also when I learned that that's why a lot of gamers, like female gamers, don't want to use voice chat, because the amount of fucking harassment they get is, like, you can't really fathom it until you experience it yourself. That was my wake-up call for that, because my username has always been the same. And I got that harassment as well because they thought that I was a woman. And then I open up my voice chat and I'm like, what the fuck did you just say? And they're like, oh, sorry about that. Do they take any actions? Do they have war experience? What are we talking about now? Ozzy Osbourne lives. Always Ozzy Osbourne lived. All the voters were more likely to support remaining outside of the EU. Oh, here we go. Support for reversing Brexit was highest among 18 to 20-year-olds. 24-year-olds were more than 8 in 10. 86% backed rejoining the bloc. All the voters were more likely to support remaining outside of EU by 51% to 49% among 55 to 64-year-olds. And 58 to 42 among over 65s. Oh, fuck, it's the older generation again. Making it bad for everybody else. Produce their own weapons. And do you think Irish unification will happen in your lifetime? It depends how badly the UK fucks everything up. But there's a lot of people, especially younger generation as well, who wants to unify Ireland. And also, like, if the vote comes, I will vote for the unification for Ireland. Go cut your hair. No, I don't need to. Just like the younger generation will say about us. Oh yeah, 100%. Like, the future generations are going to say the exact same thing. The older generation is fucking everything up for us. I see UK back in EU Union only if they adopt Euro and start sucking. Oh my god. Stop sucking, yeah. Afghanistan and Iraq, Denmark along with the Brits and Helmand province. Isn't it majority unification in Northern Ireland now? When's the last vote? Like in Northern Ireland? I remember the last vote was still favoring staying in UK. But not by much. Sharon! I can't yell. There's people sleeping already. Alright. But now I need to start preparing to sleep as well. I have unlike people claiming here, I do have a 9-to-5 job, so I need to go and prepare to go to sleep so I can wake up early in the morning, get the kids to school, and go work. I am not funded by Russia. I am not funded by China. I am not funded by MAGA. That would be a plot twist. Maybe I'm MAGA. Everyday normal guy. Great stream you have. New loyals up here. I mean, thanks a million, everybody. We've had a good conversation. We don't need to, again, this is something I end my streams every time. Freedom for All 81. We don't need to, Manifestus, thanks for the follow as well. We don't need to agree with everything. And we don't need to throw slurs. We don't need to attack each other. But we can find common ground where common ground is able to be found. Like, we are human beings. We're different people. So everybody's different. So it is impossible for everyone to just agree on everything. Kat, thanks for the follow. Respect from Lithuania. Good night then. Nice to meet you. Hey, Lucy, thanks for dropping by and also for the hat and moustache. Sleep well, mate. Thanks, Dunji. Blue-eyed Punk, thanks for the follow. I hope, and Kim, thanks for the roses. Crazy as well. Reggie Uni, the lovable stoner, everybody. Have a great rest of the night. Have a great rest of the day. Great rest of the morning. Just stop supplying Russia with weapons. I'll try my best, Mac. I'll try my best. No promises, though, because they do need them. But I'll try my best. Have a great rest of the day and hope to see you guys again. Yeah. Bye bye.